In this episode, we are talking about money, breaking down all of the things in our personal finances, contextual information, goals, concerns. Tune in.
What is it, week 33?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Okay, let's go on. Welcome to Investing with the Baldovinos. I'm Josh.
I'm Hannah.
And this is our story in real estate investing. And today we're getting deep.
Talking about the money.
I don't even know. Okay. But today we are talking about the money. There's some questions that came up on a Clubhouse last week about talking to your spouse about investing. And I thought that was super interesting and something that we haven't revisited since our original video since November.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought that we could just talk about money in general, talk about our investing and kind of how it shifted, and then can just what our goals are. But before we get started, if you like this topic, please give us a like, subscribe.
And if you never want to miss a investing tip from the Baldovinos, don't forget to click that notification bell. That's what they say, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And follow us on Instagram.
Follow him on Instagram. Bruh, you just called yourself out, bruh.
Okay, so check it out. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ask questions, kind of talk about it. We'll just see where this goes, and we'll have a little bit of fun. But context is super important. So we'll start with our first question is, did your family talk about money growing up?
Whoa, you're just going right into it. You go first.
My dad did talk to me about money a lot more than my sister. Sorry, Bella. But in long car rides, he talked to me about how much him and my mom made and their spending habits and what their goals are, retirement accounts, etc. And that was something that, from early on that continually he talked about. Europe.
So it wasn't taboo or anything. It wasn't like
No, I could always talk to him about money, about debt, about credit cards, mortgages, loans, etc.
Yeah. We did not talk about money other than the fact that my family tried to pretend that they had a lot of it, that they didn't. I'd say the two, we never talked about money, financial literacy, nothing, financial education, how to save, nothing. The two pieces of advice my mom gave me was this. First one, as soon as we got engaged, she was like, make sure you have your own big account. That was the first thing. The second thing was, in order to build your credit, don't ever pay off your credit cards. That was what was told to me.
So we are coming from different backgrounds of financial literacy in the family.
I'm like a what not to do. And you're like...
What would you say before we met was your understanding of finances and personal finance?
Play now, pay later.
Yeah, I remember when we were dating, and I was asking her about, student. She's like, I'm gonna make a lot of money later. Don't worry.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna spend it now, and then when I get old and rich, I'll pay it off. And now I'm just old.
Okay, next one. What are our financial goals?
I think this is the go-to line of like, we work because we want to work and not because we have to work. Until that becomes true, that's my financial goal.
Yes, mine is I would like to work because I want to work. And in terms of like things, I would like a nice safe house for us, maybe with like some kind of wine cellar or something.
Oh boy, here we go.
Not have to buy a used car, although it's a very practical option. But yeah, I think just being able to sustain and like not think about, oh man, can we afford that?
Not have to like second guess or like look at or revisit the finances and be like, oh yeah, maybe that's not right now for us.
Right now, I still calculate the price per chip in a bag of chips.
Oh my gosh. If I send them out for a bag of tortilla chips, it's like a whole evaluation.
If you look at the price tag, it's like it's there. It
cannot.
tells you the price per ounce. You can save money. It's available to you.
Pro tip when you're shopping for tortilla chips and Kleenex and toilet paper, you do that.
Next question. Do
Mhm.
you feel like we are on track to meet those financial goals?
I mean, I think so. I don't know. I think so, but I think it's because you tell me it's so.
We do track, actually, I track weekly all of our accounts and kind of just seeing where we are. And, I am really surprised and proud about our progress.
But a lot of it was due to our very, very, I guess, blessed situation that we live with the in-laws who are just so amazing and wonderful and generous.
You can't hear. You hear the footsteps in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But yes, and other things that we've sacrificed. We actually haven't gone on a vacation. I mean, because COVID, but like we haven't really gone on vacation in a while.
Yeah, we don't splurge or anything. I'm not really would you say I'm a splurger?
Before you definitely cut down a lot more. I think this goes out into like the next topic I want to go into, which is our spending habits.
Okay.
So what do you appreciate about how we spent money in the last year or two?
Oh, in the last year? Well, I mean, I think since I met you, I think I appreciate that I actually have a savings now. Before I did have a savings, but I would I did have a savings account. It just was nothing in there all the time because I would always pull it out and put it back into my checking to spend it. Oops.
It's not called saving. That's just called
spending. Yes, it's true. Yeah, I like that we have a savings account.
Okay, so in the last year or two, you like that. I do like that. I mean, I think that we live. I mean, again, thank you to my parents. But we do live, a really comfortable life, and we can eat what we want to eat. We don't have crazy splurges.
I feel like at this point in our lives, though, you're the splurger. Would you agree or disagree?
So what am I spending the money on that's splurging?
You just bought yourself a $200 pair of sunglasses.
That was 100% a splurge.
You got yourself a wine fridge, even though we don't even have our own place to live yet.
That was a necessity to hold good wine.
I don't know. I feel like your purchases are just pricier. And my purchases are maybe more frequent, but at a lower price point. Like eyeliners, I bought one for $4.
Okay, so here's where our spending habits differ. I like to buy quality that lasts for a long time. So my sunglasses, I haven't bought sunglasses in 7 years. And the last time we did, we actually got a great deal on it. It was like $10 on the Ray-Bans.
Okay.
And so that was like a once in a 10-year purchase for the sunglasses.
Okay.
The wine fridge, I expect that. Well, now we have lots more wine, and I'll eventually need a bigger wine fridge.
Sure.
But that won't be till we're rich,
Yeah.
Her spending habits, though. Subscription beauty products.
What?
Gigamore.
Okay, yeah, because my hair was
collagen
thinning.
But I don't even know what they are. And then sometimes she doesn't even like them. And then they're just sitting there. It's like, oh, and I'm breaking out now. These ones don't work.
You have to test a product to know if it's going to work, bro.
Go to Sephora, free samples.
Okay. I would say you are a frugal splurger and I am a more frequent something. I don't know.
Is there anything that you would change about our spending habits?
No, because I feel really happy. I feel really happy with what we got, and as so long as I can just buy the food that I want at this point, I'm
Not
happy.
for long. Salads only.
Dude, they don't understand why you're saying that.
We are both much fluffier pre-kids.
Yes, he's supporting me in my journey as I get fluffy. Anyways,
But yes,
what
I
were
mean,
we
I
talking
think
about?
there are small vices that we're okay with and that we talk about
Yeah.
mutually and agree upon together. Um, and the account is still on the upward right trend.
Yeah. Wait, so is there anything about our spending habits currently that you would change?
No,
Mhm.
no. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good. I mean, we have to have small things just for sanity, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah.
Well, we're good.
We're pretty on track.
What we don't do though is we don't really do a really good job of eating all of our groceries
That's fair.
like that. Like it's a pretty big expense, and then we don't like finish all of our meal prep sometimes.
Yeah, because after like 2 days of it, it's like, well, for a second, we weren't even attempting to meal prep with it.
True, true. Okay, is there anything that scares you about our financial situation?
Mm. Uh, I don't know if I can answer this one like on camera.
Secrets in the night.
Uh, okay,
I
well,
don't even know what you're trying to say.
I know my answer, but like I don't know if I want it in the video.
Okay, what is it? Just tell me, and then I'll see if we can cut it or not cut it.
Yeah. Well, the only financial situation is just like what are the next like 5 months gonna look like for like job wise, since I'm about to be jobless in like 3 weeks.
It's very true. I mean, I think, and we can maybe post this after that
Yeah.
happens.
Mhm.
But I think right now, as you know, that she is in a full-time real estate acquisitions position that is metrics based and sales based, but also in a really competitive market with not a great organizational body.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
don't really feel like that is a very stable job. Like I don't even like they don't even pay on time.
Yeah. Like I have to remind the accounting to like they owe me like a commission check that was 3 weeks behind.
So she's
Otherwise, I wouldn't
currently
get
looking
paid.
for a new job, also going to take state disability and family leave when that happens.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, that is, I mean, I think we'll have a job until disability, and then disability kicks in for a while, plus family leave. So I'm okay there. And we've already had good traction in terms of post maternity life job search.
Mhm.
Like I'm not scared, but I am like that's on top of mind.
Yeah, yeah. That's like the most immediate unsure thing right now. That's just it's a very TBD situation. So that's the only biggest thing right now that I'm uncomfortable with.
Okay.
What about you?
So
I don't know
I,
if you
but
can.
I
Yeah.
just answered. Did
Oh,
I
you
just
did?
answer?
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
No, I mean, I'm cool. I mean, obviously, thank you to my parents. We do also want to get out of here too. Trust me. Trust me. Um, it's right there.
Yeah, you could see like it going.
The shadow
Mhm.
creeping in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Now back into like the real estate stuff because that's why you guys know and love us. But so far, if you guys are finding value, don't forget to like it. Come on. I mean, this
Mhm.
is like I think opening about finances and talking about finances is something it took a while for us to like do like comfortably.
Really? No, we didn't. What are you talking about? One of our first major fights was about,
Yes, we fought about it.
yeah, but we talked, that's still talking.
Right.
You opened that door real quick because I had a lot of debt. So he like needed to know what was going on.
Yes. Okay.
I think we were right comfortable from the very beginning. As soon as we got married, everything merged and
Well, that was like a requirement. Yeah, that maybe it's a whole nother video of like what we did before.
mm, I don't
Okay.
think I
But
yeah.
okay. Anyway, a lot of people, it's hard to talk about finance. Talking about money is difficult, period.
Yeah.
I mean, and it sucks that it's taboo because I wish that it wasn't taboo because the people
Yeah.
can actually get like financial aid. Anyway, that's another video. Okay, please, bringing it back.
Tangent. Uh-huh.
Just like it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, real estate investing. How did I convince you to get into real estate investing? I guess what was your knowledge of investing? Period, stocks, bonds, ETFs, whatever, cryptocurrency, real estate.
Easy, zero. I don't even know. I've never even thought of the word investing or stocks or bonds. I mean, I still don't know anything about stocks and bonds. I know like this much about real estate investing. Yeah, no, nothing. I had nothing. I did not think that was a part of a lifestyle, period. It was very like epitome definition, textbook definition of rich dad, poor dad. You just go to school and you get a good job, and that's how you live. And then you retire at 65. But you opened a whole new world. A whole new world.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, that was gonna be good.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, I mean, I gave the backstory. Real estate investing wasn't a thing. I mean, I think it was, go into your 401k and open up a Roth IRA, max that out, that things. And then, you can just pick a next fund like QQQ and a few other things and like dump it in there. Your backstory, our friend from Hawaii, Travis, wrote a blog, rentals to freedom to rent. I gotta put it down here. Sorry, Travis. Miss you, bro. He started this whole thing in my mind and saw that it was possible. And I said, hey, what if we bought rental properties out of state that we've never seen? And we don't even own our own house, right? Okay, so he started the idea in my head that real estate investing was possible. And so do you remember how I convinced you?
I do remember the first time you brought up like this friend Travis who's doing this thing. And again, this might be a thing that you might have to edit out. I don't know. But all you had to tell me was that his wife no longer needed to work anymore. And so that was all it took for me to be like, yeah, let's do this.
Fair enough.
Okay, but I think with the preface that with this, I think I asked you this question like a week ago or something, but would we have dived this deep into real estate investing if we weren't in the current living situation that we are now, where we're living with his parents?
What do you mean? Like as if like
what if we were still in Hawaii, we had our own apartment, we were, I mean, we weren't living in someone else's home.
I mean, I think, and me finding Travis, like if I saw Travis, like you're just saying, I found him. Yes, I think 100%.
100%. Yes. What?
Like I would find a way to get into it somehow.
You think so?
Yeah, just because, I mean, once you see the actuals, meaning like someone is doing it from far away at, a normal income bracket and is getting passive income, and it's not one of those passive income, scam kind of things, but like it's just buying a rental property, having a tenant, and like seeing how it's done. I mean, we probably would not have done it as fast because we're making significantly less money in Hawaii, but I would have tried to figure it out.
I think I would have been more hesitant because it would feel more risky, especially because we have the baby, and then we didn't have this baby at the time, but I think I would have needed a little bit more convincing. But I felt like, I think I literally said this to you when it was in November when we had initially talked about this. I was like, well, worst case scenario, we live here, so it's fine. So if it hits the fan, we still have a place to live.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I knew that like working our jobs at the university wasn't going to be enough, and that wasn't going to be enough to sustain us, which is unfortunate, right? Like we both had like tenure track, but like union jobs. And
you're talking about Hawaii. We weren't even talking about investing then. We were talking about the big thing was we came to the Bay Area, back to the Bay Area. We're not engineers. We're not making a whole bunch of money. We're not in tech. And so there had to be another way.
So that's how I convinced you. We finally answered the question. Took us 5 minutes. If you've stuck with this long, you are officially a super fan. Please comment. I'm a super fan below. And we will air hug you through the computer forever.
Oh boy. Anyways.
Okay. What concerns do you have now about our investing?
I don't have concerns about it because I fully trust what you're doing, and I know that you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, I know that you're going to find out how to do it. The only concern I think I have is, I guess my only, and it's not a concern. My only wish is like, I wish it would just be faster. I just wish it was like boom, 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 let's go. But
I wish it'd be faster
mhm,
too.
mhm,
I wish it didn't take up as much time as it did or
yeah,
does.
mhm.
And that's something that we are still working through. Maybe we can make a different video about that. But I think we're on the right track. There's obviously a good amount of sacrifices that we've and are making.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know.
No,
That's a,
yeah, I
it's a
don't have
heavy end
concerns.
question.
Mhm. But I mean, you have to think in November, December, we said, ooh, what if we bought 3 different properties in the next year? Ooh. And now I don't even know how many doors. I have to go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 officially.
Well, I mean, doors, this would be 7 doors.
Yeah.
This would be the 5th property that we're closing on.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think also thinking about kind of now actually going back to the clubhouse.
Mhm.
Shout out to Jason. Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Don't miss it.
Oh boy.
DM me if you want the link. Get you the link. You can join us. Okay, so that's how I convinced you, but what actually made sense to you?
It's still making sense, and it's like pending. It's like that wheel, like you're just waiting for things to click. That's what's constantly in my mind. No, I mean, yeah, I think the first 2 properties, once we got the tenants in there, and like we haven't touched that at all. Like that's just literally passive now. Like the initial work was something, but now it's like it's just income in that we don't even think about. We're not even working for. So I think at that point,
I think
just
the
like you said.
first book we read, I mean, it was like one of like the out-of-state real estate investing books. It was like the Burr book.
Mhm.
Or was it Rich Dad Poor Dad that like made
It was
click?
definitely Rich Dad Poor Dad for sure. Was like the catalyst, like just like everybody else. But did I read that Burr book like from cover to cover? Nah, I didn't.
Sorry, David Green.
Yeah, it's good though. Good stuff.
Okay. But and then I can't remember. Did I have to convince you to read? No, I think at that point you were like listening to
No.
Bigger Pockets podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like she was already sipping the Kool-Aid a little bit.
Yeah.
And I convinced her because that was the exit.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
then Rich Dad Poor Dad, I think, was the oh man.
Like
We-
I've
we got
been
the-
living in darkness for a long time. My whole life up until that moment.
Yeah. But any other questions, Abe? What you got? I mean, these ones are okay. The rest of them, maybe we can do a part 2 if you guys have
Mhm.
enjoyed this episode.
Oops, sorry. No, I don't have any questions. Oh, I guess did we ask this? I don't remember. Like, if you no, we talked about spending habits. Never mind. If you could change a spending habit, what would you change? We already talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about your biggest regret and when it comes to finances? Past, present, future, whatever. It can't be future. What would be one thing that you would change in your past that you wish you did different?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many things that like ended up costing a lot of money. Grad school.
Oh yeah. So do you regret grad school?
I
Whoa.
don't regret grad school because I feel like the time of being in Hawaii and starting the businesses and working at UH like gave me contextual like knowledge to help me to where I am today.
Mhm.
Was it grad school that gave me that knowledge or the experiences that I supplemented the education with is another question. I mean, sometimes I think about the Tesla. I think about this a lot, I mean, that's also why I just refinanced it. So like our payments are less.
Mhm. We bought it used, FYI, but
We
maybe it
did.
was a little premature.
It is. I mean, I'm glad that, my past job, my current job, both reimburse a significant amount of driving that I'm doing through both of those jobs, which subsidize, I don't know, actually at this point, at least 50 to 90% of the monthly payment, actually. I don't think you knew that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
So I mean, it's like I somewhat regret that, but it's like if I had a regular car, I'd be costing more in terms of gas to get there. Now
Yeah,
it's
and we're
not.
contributing to the betterment of the environment.
I mean, I guess for me, it's just like we just gotta make more money faster.
Yeah. Also, I can't go back to seats that are not warmed. Like,
I
like,
can't drive a car that doesn't drive itself.
yeah, like putting the key into like the hole to do the
Wow, we just
like I
sound
cannot.
so bougie now. Please just forgive
Come on,
us.
I'm wearing an Old Navy t-shirt that was on clearance. Like, bro, we're not bougie, but I mean, there's certain things you get accustomed to.
Yes.
Oh,
Anyways,
Mhm.
still count the chips in the bag. That's how you can get a Tesla.
yes, yeah, that's how the rich stay rich. Count the tortilla chips.
Anyways, if you found this helpful, let us know. If you like this kind of conversation, just kind of just free
Free. Let's try
flowing
that again.
conversation. If you like this free flowing conversation, like it, then if you really made it this far, they got to put something in the comments.
Put financial freedom.
Dang, that's the most cheesiest. Okay, put financial freedom, cheesy financial freedom in the
Oh,
comments.
boy.
That's the one.
Wow.
But yes, please like it, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, all that jazz. Links to Robinhood, past videos, other stuff like that are all down below. Keep following along. Our next, video will be all about our Joshua Tree short-term rentals. So if you're excited to see that, that's like the HGTV, like let's have a little bit of fun kind of stuff,
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks so much, guys, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Cheers. In this episode, we're talking all things finances in our relationship / marriage. Wait. In this episode, why did I do that? Okay. In this episode, why with the, okay, you just go. What is this?
Talking about money is weird, but in this episode, we are talking about the weird money stuff. And we're breaking down our. Okay.
Oh, it's not so easy.